Hey everyone, it's Vinny Venom, and this is Getting Into the Business, the music business that is episode 10. I am Vinny Venom, your host, music producer, remixer, songwriter, record label owner, apparel owner, entrepreneur, and public figure. Let me start off by saying to everybody, thank you for all the love, all the support you guys been giving me. Radio DJs, club DJs, wedding DJs, all DJs, internet DJs, everyone in general. Thank you here and overseas for showing me so much love and all the support you guys been giving me. And so many people been loving the new remixes that I have been doing. So this is what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be touching on a lot of artists and a lot of people that I respect and letting people know about them and what they do and how they do it and how they've been doing it, not only for myself, but other people in general. So I did two remixes for three amazing artists. And I recently did a remix for an amazing artist that everyone got to know the remix and been in loving it and enjoying it and telling me how much they want me to send it to them for their mix shows. And they've been playing it on their mix shows and mentioning my mix for their mix shows that I did that remix of the song. So thank you, DJs, for showing me love, showing me support, and enjoying what I've been giving you guys. Not only my original stuff, but also my remixes that I just recently done from these well-known, amazing artists that everyone got to hear and listen and got to love and enjoy and got to share on their mix shows with their audience. Thank you so much. So let me start off by saying there is so much music out there that it gets overlooked. And you wonder and you say, how is that possible, Vin? It is possible. Okay. I've been doing music for a long time. I've been producing, remixing. I started as a rapper before actually becoming a remixer or a producer or a songwriter or everything in general. So a lot of DJs that I got to know knew and got to know their information, and they gave me all their emails because they want to connect with me with future projects that I have, not only remixes, but my own stuff. Didn't know about me. Okay. And they were like, this is news to me. I never heard of you. I don't know until I heard this song. I definitely love it. I want you to send it to me. I want to play it on my mix shows. And then I said to them, well, I have original stuff. They're like, send me that also. Because they were saying some stuff. The remixes are amazing. I can imagine how much his original stuff is. And they got to hear me. And now a lot more people got to know me that didn't know about me prior to these remixes. Okay. So, including, and I'm going to talk about an amazing DJ, producer, internet DJ in general, great person. His name is Akiar. He has a show called The Open Door. I've been on his show many times. He respects me. I respect him. He was a fan before anything else. And now we're like brothers. We talk about what's going on in our lives, what's happening musically, and just all around the life of what's going on in our lives. Okay. He hit me up yesterday and he said, hey, Vin, just want to let you know I just added your remix onto my new show. Just want to give it to you. Here's the link and whatnot. This is what I'm talking about, guys. You want to connect with amazing people like this. Now, the way you connect to these people is you have to put stuff out there. Connect with them, talk to them on a personal level. Then, if they bring up music or they talk about, hey, what are you doing? Anything, oh, yeah, I have a song out. Would you like to hear it? Yeah, sure. Send it to me. Then that's how the ball gets rolling. Okay. And that's he's an amazing person. I'll leave you his information on the bottom. He has a show. He's a DJ. It's a podcast, and definitely check it out and definitely check out his information. Look him up online, and I'll give you his link. His name is Akiar. He has a show called In the Open Door. Amazing person, amazing DJ, amazing human being. That's the word, human being, great person. And so noticing and being on internet and social media, because as an artist, as a producer, you get to know these people. You enter these groups. Groups are a way to go, guys. You got to get into these groups. You got to get connected with these guys and girls, okay? And just talk to them in general. Get into the group, get to know people, and then people will actually start connecting to you and want to connect with you. And that's when you start letting they know projects that you're doing, music, original music, remixes. And that's how you get information and connection and data. And that's how you connect to these people. So I, besides being a producer, remixer, songwriter, I'm have music theory. I know I'm an A&R, so I know when I hear something and it's amazing and wonderful. Okay, so I'm on Facebook Live and I'm watching a show, and this artist that I know of, but I never got to see her like singing on a live show. And I said, you know what, I want to check it out. So I listened to it, right? And I go on there and there's an artist called Mia, Mia. She did stuff with, I believe, 418 Music. That's Gino Caparelli's label, and Migs. And so I'm listening to, and she's also did stuff with my label that I'm signed to, Cutting Records, with the Santana twins. And her name is Mia. And I got to hear her do some covers, and they were amazing, guys. From Whitney Houston to Donna Summers to Journey. I mean, she was blowing it out of the park. I mean, an amazing artist. I mean, every song that she sang, she put her signature voice onto what she was trying to put out into the people listening to her on Facebook Live. I kept giving her amazing and hearts and whatever. It had to be done because she was phenomenal. Her name is Mia. I'll put down her information in my description. You could check her out. She's an amazing artist. She's an amazing person. She is so real and humble. And she says to me, she says some things that relate to me. I'm not going to get into them, but I got what she was saying because I'm in the same situation she is. And I know about the love of music. And there's a lot of people in our lives that our music brought a lot of love to them and they enjoy hearing it. And it's a great feeling just knowing that you're creating something that people are enjoying and love hearing it and love knowing about you. And she's not an artist. I believe she's like a brand now because everybody knows her so well. And also Peter, the guy she's connected with, her DJ producer, is an amazing guy also. Definitely a great team. Definitely connect with them. They're great people. And they're always putting out positive information on their live shows, letting people know how they're doing and thanking people for coming to their shows, and letting people know how much that their fans are important to them, um and letting their fans know that they're normal people just like me and you, and they appreciate all the love and how hard they work on getting stuff, music, and preparing stuff for shows and writing lyrics and all this other stuff. There's so much involved in music that people don't know. Besides creating music, right? Then you have to release the music. So you have to connect with all these, either TuneCore or DistroKid, or you're signed to a label and they're putting stuff out for you. So you have to wait for release dates and all these other things on top of it. And then you have to, if you're putting out stuff yourself, you got to go on to Mediabase and then SoundScan to make sure when the songs get played, you're getting credited, you're getting royalties. There's a lot of things that people didn't know about that they need to know about. And I noticed that's the reason why I did this show, is because so many people out there don't know these things. And I'm going to be talking about a lot of artists. And there's another artist, is an amazing brother of mine, and he was a fan of mine before he was a actual friend and DJ and a producer. His name is Two Twice, and he's an amazing person. He's putting stuff out there, and I'm giving him also information maybe that he never knew about and relating to him, so things he could look into and help him grow as an artist, as a producer in general. Okay. And I'll put down his information also. He's an amazing producer and singer and whatnot, and a great person looking to help people and let people know what he's doing also in general. So definitely check him out. So it's all about letting people know what you're about, what you're doing, and how you're doing it, right? So, and finding out the new next big thing that's happening in music and how to promote yourself and get it out to the public. A lot of people doing NFTs now. I didn't know the popularity until I saw something with NFTs and some big company that was involved with it that I actually connected with. and they loved my music and they're following me and I'm following them. And then I got some other big people from NFTs contacting me and following me. So I'm doing that. So I'm looking into other things and I'm also bringing these things up to you guys. Okay. Because how many people in this industry, right, have another job, working somewhere just to get by, making money, but not making enough money and trying to make more money to gain traction and move on to other things? How many people? Thousands. I hear it all the time. Well, I do my job. It's a paycheck. I don't really, I don't really enjoy it. I just do it because it's a paycheck. It pays my bills. I get by. Okay. Getting by. So everybody sees all these big entertainers and they see them living the lap of luxury, and they want to live that life and want to have the yacht and want to drink Cristal and want to drink, and have caviar and go to these big functions and go to the fashion shows and go to these big awards and whatnot. They want to live that lifestyle. To get to there is a lot of work. And I'm going to explain to you that a lot of people don't know this stuff. Okay. Um, you have to realize as an artist, you have to grow, right? Everyone says to me, "Hey man, I want to be like another, and I respect these guys, is amazing. These are guys I look up to and I still look up to them. Another Tiesto, another Hardwell, another Showtech, another Martin Garrison, another David Guetta, all these people in this caliber. I want to be a Lionel Richie. I want to be Whitney Houston. I want to be Donna Summers. I want to be Stevie Nicks. It works out for some, and for some, honestly, it doesn't work out. It all depends what you put into what you're trying to do. Okay. I've gotten a lot of people saying to me, man, I hand it to you, Vin. I gave up music. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't deal with the stress. I couldn't deal with the letdowns. I couldn't deal with it anymore. I couldn't do it anymore, Vin. And I see what you're doing, man, and you're making things great and making people see that there is definitely ways to get things done and get noticed by what you're doing. And I get a lot of DJs hitting me up and saying, "Hey, man, I really respect what you do. I enjoy what you're doing, and you're showing a lot of people a lot of stuff." Okay, so I put out these remixes, right? So I had to figure out how to get them out to people. Okay, I was sending them out just by BCC emails, and it was taking forever. My eyes were bugging out. So much you can do looking in front of a computer, just doing music and looking at a Logic screen or FL Studio or Ableton or whatever you do, Cubase or whatever you're doing. That alone is puts strains on your eye. Imagine sending emails to tons and hundreds of DJs. I mean, the list was like phenomenal, and it's still phenomenal because I'm getting more and more people hitting me stuff up. I had to look into other things, so I looked into things where, like hype edit. I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing it right. Hype. I'll put the link if I'm saying it wrong. Okay, that are connected to your platforms like YouTube or SoundCloud and all these other things. And then there's things like audio. Or let me see if I'm pronouncing it wrong because I don't want to pronounce it wrong, so I want to get it right. So these are things that people are bringing up to me. Order this music, okay? You can look into stuff like that. You could connect your whatever media plate you use, TikTok, or you could do I think SoundCloud. But look into things and check them out. Then you have what I'm looking into also that people got me and say, "Hey man, you need to do stuff here. Definitely, Vin, you need to do stuff here. We need you here." And I'm gonna start doing stuff there, and that is called BeatStars. Okay, you can license your music, you can sell your music. You decide what price you put on it and whatnot, and it'll show you everything on the site. Check it out. I was checking it out the other day, so definitely check out BeatStars. And an amazing friend of mine told me about them even further and what I need to do and how I need to go about. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't make it seem like you're not knowledgeable of what's new. You're not. So don't make it out that you do know something when you don't know something, because it's not going to work out for you. Things are not going to happen. Things are not going to turn out the way you want them to be. Okay. You have to understand that a lot of people didn't know who I was, right? So people start asking me questions like, "Hey, Vin, I noticed that your stuff is getting twittered all the time and you're not twittering the stuff. Other people are twittering stuff, bloggers, influencers, DJs, radio stations. What are you doing? What are you doing, Vin, that I'm not doing? What am I need? What am I missing? What am I trying to do that I'm not getting? And I said to them honestly, I said, what did I say on my show? Quality, consistency, and quantity. Okay. You got to constantly put out quality, consistency, and quantity. Now, if you put out music, right, and you put out a banger, a hot slam floor raising track, okay, that once people hear it, the ground starts shaking. People think it's an earthquake. It's a tsunami. You know what I'm saying? You have to put whatever you put into those music notes and arrangements, and that everybody's saying it's fire. You have to put into the artwork. You have to put into the video. You have to put into the promotion. That's only way people are gonna not overlook it and look at it like oh, this track is. Meanwhile, the track is fire, but the artwork is not showing you that. So they're just gonna go pass by and look at another cover that maybe the track is not fire, but the artwork is. But it's giving that person a second chance when you're not having not even one chance. So always make the artwork work for you. If you're putting out fire, fire artwork jacket, fire video, fire promotions. People want to see something that they're going to get attracted to and interact with it right away. If they see something that's not interesting and boring, they're going to just go on their way. Okay. So that's what I always tell people. See, a lot of people don't know that I started out prior as a producer, remixer, songwriter, as a rapper. Okay. And I've actually done shows where I've showed me rapping in here, and I'll actually do something in a few. Um, and people knew me as a rapper before I was a producer, but I always took a chance and always said to myself, I think I'm good enough to battle, these guys in school. And I was winning. So I started thinking, wow, I really have something here. So I started pushing my rap abilities. And then from the rap abilities, I started going to studios and seeing the producing of all these producers' abilities. And I wanted to get involved in that. And I went into that part of it and started doing that also, a little bit of DJing. And these are things that I revolved from, and I got to where I was. I got some negative at first of my producing skills because I didn't have no skills at first. I thought I did. I tried, but people told me different. I worked hard, and that's where I am now in 2021 on 2022 soon. So I had to work to get to where I am now, that people see my music getting noticed and getting played on radio stations like Rhythm 105 and Jams and Pulse and KTU and Extreme Mix Radio and BM4 Radio. And I got to meet all and Mix 93 and all these other stations and these amazing DJs like Dan Matthews and John Hoffman and Chulo and people like Joel from KTU and Frankie Vasquez and all these other DJs there that played my music, and a lot more other DJs that have been playing my music, on KTU and whatnot. So and many more. I could be going on and on. So I'll just be mentioning people. So I'm just giving love and support and thank you so much for all the DJs from all the radio stations that started noticing my music and started playing it to their audience because and thank you for the fans that have been enjoying my music getting played on these stations so much. So you have to put yourself out there. If you don't put yourself out there, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay. So let me do a little rap for you guys like this. You understand. Every day is a struggle is true. Heartache and pain, unfortunately, is true. Understanding the demand of life and what we need to do. And fortunately, things are like a magnifying glass, but we can't actually see through. Things are blurred in any way. Situations come each and every day. We try to work hard and try to see things in any situation of the day, but sometimes things might turn out in a different way. We all rely on social media, is true. We guide it and we see that that is our lifeline and we see every single day go through. We work hard, we do what we do, we try to be happy, and we try to be true. Unfortunately, these are things that I seem to do, and people see me for what I do, and they see I am true. Understanding life is hard every single day. This pandemic is taking a lot of good people in our lives away. We try to rely every single minute of the day. We try to understand that someday will be our day. So that before that day comes and it know it's true, you don't know that number, you don't know that date, you don't know that minute, but it will come for you. So understand what I'm saying to you. Be true at what you do, and people will see you for who you are and what you do. So I always kind of just say things off my head. I don't write nothing down. It's just something I really don't know how it happened. It just does. And that's how I started with the rapping. I just started putting words in and spewing other words together, and they were connecting and one after another. And people were like, wow, you know, got something there, Vin, you know? So, as a producer, as a person that is trying to give people information, I started asking people on these shows, and people got to know me and asking questions that I needed to ask. And people were like, oh, I'm like, okay, so who you sign with? BMI and ASCAP? They're like, what's that? What do you mean, what's that? That's for publishing and writing. You know, if you do a track, you get royalties. You know, they hold the money for you, they pay you, they put it in your bank account. You know, they didn't know that stuff. They didn't know about SoundScan. They didn't know about MediaBase. They didn't know about um, ISRs or UPCs. They didn't know any of that stuff. And that's something that you need to know because so many people nowadays try to make music their income. But if you don't connect and get everything situated the right way, there will not be no income. Okay. So understand, do not be afraid to ask questions. Ask people. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost left somebody out. And I'm really sorry. I'm going to bring them up now. A DJ, Dutch Mars, and Peter Quest for playing my stuff and twittering my stuff every single day. Sorry, my overseas brothers. I'm sorry. My brain is going a million ways. I have to give respect and support who gives support to me every single day. They're amazing guys, amazing DJs. I got support from the Netherlands guys, and they support me and they take me as one of their brothers, and also their sister DJs also take me as one of their own, and I appreciate the love and the support. And that doesn't come easy. I just let you know that, guys. Um, so thank you everyone for giving me information that I give information back to you guys to relate to something that you need to know and get accomplished to get something where you need to be. Um, there's a lot of things that you need to know. Okay, there's BMI, there's ASCAP, there's SECA, and wherever country you're from, there's other ones too. I don't know them all. Look them up. I advise you go online and see what country is connected with you. If ASCAP's connected with you, or BMI is connected with you, or SECA is connected to you, or any other ones that are connected to you in that region of the country you're at. Um, don't just decide and just sign into something when they're not representing that country and nothing's going to happen from it, and you're going to wondering why you're not getting anything back from them. So everything that I do, I copyright. Okay, I do an SR and I do a PR. Okay, SR is the master sound recording. PA is the arrangement, the music, and his vocals and whatnot, the chords and all that stuff. The technical stuff. The notes, the melody, and whatnot. The SR is the whole sound recording, the whole thing connected to just the either MP3 or whatever you're trying to do, the master recording of everything. The PA form single out everything connected to that music. Okay, like you did the melody, you did the chords, um, the notes. You wrote lyrics and all that kind of stuff. So you need to know about that stuff too. When you go to BMI, also writer, writing the song, publishing, creating the music. There's author, then there's co-author. These things that you have to find out and look. And if you don't know, ask questions. Contact BMI, contact ASCAP, contact SECA, contact the copyright office. If you're not 100% with stuff, things are always constantly changing. Laws are constantly changing. You have to always be up to date on what's happening at that moment because you can get stuff flagged and coming back to you because it wasn't written right. It wasn't, things were left out. They're not doing this way no more. So there's a lot of things that you need to find out in the long run. Okay. The fees changed. It went higher. It went up than it was before. You always got to be on these things. You could only put certain amount of tracks, certain things in groups, certain things single or whatever, and all that stuff. You need to know all this information. And I know people think like, oh, I produce a track, I put it out, I give it to somebody, that's it. No, there's a lot of things involved. Then if you're gonna place your music, okay, I place my stuff. Let me bring something else up to you. I recently had a great opportunity to be on a TV show, series show that's gotten renowned publicity. I think the New York Post and the New York Times, one of them or both. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it might be both or one of them. But both of them are not at the same time. Maybe one last year and one this year. I'm not 100% sure. It's called Date While You Wait. I was a guest on it pre-pandemic. When I mean like the 2020, I was on there. I was a guest on episode 11. I'll send you the link. I'll show you. It's the executive producer, David Katz, real great guy, great producer. He's been involved in a lot of other stuff. I'll bring that up too. And the host, Thomas F. Knox, an amazing guy, amazing host, amazing person in general. He is an amazing person. He came up with an idea of going to the train station and putting a table up and putting a Connect Four and finding out what people are up to today, what they've been doing, how they're doing, letting them know about their lives, and also, how women and men connect and all that stuff. Finding um, a what can I say a place for people to just relax and chill and get to know each other. That's a great thing, a great idea, and it took off, and I'm happy for them. And recently, okay, because they know I'm a producer, a remixer, and they follow me and I follow them, and they respect me and I respect them. I just came out with a song called "Be by Your Side" that I wrote and produced and got played on. It was number one on Kings of Spins. Um, the first time it was out on there, and it's been on also jams, and it's on the charts on a heavy rotation, and I'm happy about that. And all the other DJs are playing it on their stations, and people from Sony loved it and said good things about it, great feedback from it. So I got that song placed on the show. So that's a great thing for me, a great thing for them. I'm happy with them. I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with them now and in the future. So I'll bring up and I'll talk about them further, and I'll give you all the information and what's going on with them through my episodes and whatnot, and what's going on with me and them and in general. So, like I said, you have to put yourself out there. You have to get things to different people, different things, different ideas, different situations, different topics. That's why I always say connect to bloggers, connect to influencers. Don't just put your eggs in one basket, put your eggs in many baskets. Okay. I get a lot of people hitting me up and saying, hey, man, what do I need to do? And I always ask them, I put this show together for this reason and one this reason only, to give people information on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it every single day. And like I said, recently put out three remixes. Sorry, tongue tied. Three remixes of well-known, amazing artists, especially one artist that's phenomenal, mind-blowing, superb right now. Not that everyone else isn't, but right now at that moment, she's the person right now. Everybody's jumping on being superstar. Then I did another one recently, an amazing artist that I hold dear in my heart, and I always enjoyed and loved her music. I did a remix to one of her songs. Go on my page and you'll check it out. It's amazing. And everyone's been loving it because they're also amazing fans of this artist and creating something that they loved already and having another style and a different arrangement this time makes it even better. it prolongs the love that they have for this artist and giving them a different outlook on their song that they love in a different direction. So people have been thanking me for doing that. So I always tell people, you have to do these things. I got to know so many DJs and I got so many new connections now, and they're hitting me up every single day. And guys, girl DJs, producers, radio, DM me is the best way to do that, or hit me up at vinnyvenom at gmail.com and let me know your email, who you are, and I will send you the music. No problem. Just hit me up, contact me. I've been making things easier by sending stuff with Hyped, and sending them to them and the link, and then you just download the music themselves through SoundCloud or YouTube and everything. And also find out also what you can do and what you can't do. You don't want to do something and then get flagged on not knowing what had to be done and you're not doing it the right way. Always look into things in the right direction where things need to be connected. So like if you're doing stuff for TuneCore, find out, the resolution of the photos that need to be posted, what's the dimensions and whatnot, what you could state on, the credits and whatnot, what you can't. There's a lot of, these music platform distributors that certain things you could do and certain things you can't do. So um, you don't want to do something and then the song gets rejected because something wasn't handled right. So ask questions. Send them an email before you set something up, letting them know, hey, I'm putting out a song. I'm not 100% sure on this. What do I need to do? Am I doing this right? I just want to make sure. I don't want you to reject it, and let them know that you are concerned on what you're doing relating to them, and you know the platform they're offering for you and many others, that you want to follow the right channels and make things correct. You don't want any setbacks in any way. And if then there is setbacks, then you'll learn from them, document them, and know that you could do this, but you can't do this anymore. So you'll know in the future, and then you could pass it on to someone else. Someone that says, "Hey, man, I'm just looking to sign with TuneCore. Um, you know anything about it? Yeah, yeah, you can do this, you can do that. I'm signing DistroKid. What could I do? What could I can't? I'm signing with BeatStars. What could I do? What can I do? Can't do." So then you're connecting and giving information to future people that might need that same information, and you're relating to something that somebody needs, and you're being a part of that, and they're going to remember that and going to say, hey, Vinny helped me when I needed him, when I needed someone the most, and he helped me buy and got me through. Oh, he just set up a new channel. I'm definitely going to subscribe. I'm definitely going to like it. I like Vinny's stuff. I respect him, and he's a good guy, and he's helped me out. So I'm going to do my part and definitely subscribe to his channel and let people know that he's putting something out that's helping people that need help. So we all have to do something. We all have to be a part of something. We all have to connect to something. We all have to try to do something on a level that always on a pro level, okay? On a professional level each and every time. You have to decide for yourself if you're going to put yourself out and you're going to make yourself this well known artist and a brand. Everything that you do and everything that relates to you and states you in that higher manner, you always have to bring yourself in a professional level each and every time. Don't try to second rate yourself. Um, so let me also explain something to y'all, and I'm always helping people. Everybody knows I do my graphics. You can see the animation that I did for this video. It takes a lot of work trying to come up with a concept, try to come up with an idea. But I was doing stuff for people, and honestly, it was very time consuming. I was taking away from me, and I was getting people that didn't even appreciate it. Okay. And I started noticing things for what they are. You know what I'm saying? We all have eyes, we all have a brain, and we all should realize things for ourselves. Okay. When you do stuff for somebody and they appreciate it and they thank you for it, and you know, in the future show a little bit of, you know, support, and then you have those people that don't. Even though you don't want to support, it's always a good way someone even actually saying thank you. Sometimes people don't even say thank you anymore. So I decided to myself, and anything I do for people, I used to always do stuff for people for nothing, for for free. And I would, whatever it may be, graphics, animation, whatever stuff that would take me hours, days, or whatever, I would just do it, a Italian expression on the arm for free, for gratis. And I noticed that people were taking advantage of me. They always assumed that I was always going to do it for them for nothing, right? And then I started telling people and saying, hey, I was doing things for free. It's time consuming, it's energy on my computer, it's stuff that I'm not doing anything anymore because I'm focusing on your project, and I'm giving it 200% like I would give it my own project. I have to be paid for my service and my time. A lot of people got annoyed from it. They thought that I was going to constantly do stuff for them for nothing, right? For free. Um, that's not how it works. Okay. I'm sorry to say, if you own a store, right, you could give certain things away for free for a while, but eventually, that costs you money. You have to pay your workers. You have to pay electricity bills. You have to do these things. You have to understand that people have to get paid. Okay. And so I actually, what I did is now I did the opposite. I realized, because I've been getting a lot of people liking my stuff that do the same stuff that I do and say, hey man, I like your stuff, you do great stuff. If you need someone to do stuff not for you, or recommend me to someone else, I would really appreciate it. That would be great. So I'll put a link down to someone that I actually got to know and did certain things that I've seen that are really good and definitely on a pro level. Contact those people. I have no connections with them. I'm just showing you, this is someone that hit me up and he adds the service out there. Always talk to the people, find out your budget, find out what you're looking to spend, where you're looking to go with the project, what you're
It's
trying to
12
do,
o'clock.
and trying. Sorry, guys, my clock is saying 12 o'clock because I have a clock on here that talks. So I'm sorry, it's 12 o'clock. So I'm 12 o'clock and I'm doing this video to put it out to you guys. And so what? So, like I said, I'll leave links on the bottom and you check it out and see, or, hit me up. Better yet, hit me up and I will send you the link of the person that I am talking about and make it and give you that information, and you can check it out for yourself. Okay. Like I said, we all do stuff for people, and sometimes we want to get paid. You know what I'm saying? And certain people, they think because you do something for them for free all the time, it's sad to say, a lot of people were like demanding that I constantly do stuff for them for nothing. That's not how it works, guys. I'm a good person. I've always been a good person. I always believe, I treat people for their actions, not by their politics, not by their religion. I don't treat anyone different. It's your actions that get me where I understand you and where you're at and where you're going to be in my domain. Okay. So that's what I always say. A lot of people will see it different, but that's how I see it. You can do certain things for such amount of time, then eventually, you want to be, compensated for your work, and a lot of people don't understand that, but they want to get compensated for theirs, but they don't want to be compensated for someone else. Don't make sense, but what we're going to do, we're going to be good people. We're going to have to understand that life is a journey. Where it takes us, we have to figure out sometimes how to get out of it, because we're put in situations sometimes that we don't want to be in. So we have to take things in a different manner every single day and try to figure out what's the best plan for us. What's the next move that we need to do as an artist, as a rapper, producer, remixer, singer, mastering guy, arranging, and whatever. So the other thing, guys, I do mastering. A lot of you guys know about my mastering and mixing. If you need someone mastering and mixing stuff, hit me up on my DM, and I will bring up, prices and whatnot, and what needs to on that level, and what I do on that point of what I'm doing, the service, what I'm giving. Okay. And that's it. That's all I got to tell you. Just try to be a good person. Try to be a helpful person. Like I said, everything in life is choice. Something that my mom and my grandfather said to me, treat people the way you would want to be treated. If they treat you any less than you would want to be treated, don't be around those people. Just move away from them. Gradually, just find yourself moving slowly away from them. Don't make it seem or tell them that you don't like them, but, you know, just start moving on to a direction that's going to be positive, something that's going to grow with you and you're going to grow with them. Anything less than that is going to be definitely something that you're not going to get anything from it. It's not going to help you in any way. It's not going to show you any progress. A lot of these entrepreneurs always say, if you put yourself around people that are going to put you in a bad situation, you're not going to put yourself in any great situation. You know what I'm saying? You got to find people that are going to grow with you. You're going to grow with them. You're going to help each other grow. You're going to be people that are going to relate to one another and try to associate different acts of what you're doing and try to accumulate it together. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I've been lucky to find those people. And those people don't come often, but when they do come, it's a great thing. Just knowing that those people are out there and they're there, you know, because they're looking for the same thing you are. They're trying to connect with people that are real, that are hopeful, that are driven, and have great devotion in what they're trying to do. Any person, okay, like I say, it's not just music, it's everything in general. I'm going to talk about this, because even though this show is getting into the business, the music business, that is, it's relating to business, but it's relating to getting into something, right? So everything is a job related situation, okay? You work at a job, you want to show your boss that you are doing great, you're everything that you're doing, the projects that they're giving you, you're giving it 100% or 200%. You're not doing anything second nature, okay? Because you want to be merited on that. You want to get a raise, you want to get an increase, you want to get a higher rank and title and whatnot. These are things that you're doing certain things to show that person that you have climbed the ladder. Okay. That also happens with a business partner or even a relationship. I have a lot of friends, that do music and they're having a lot. I'm not going to bring people's names up. They're having some, marital problems. Okay. And they're not happy. A lot of them are basically they're in the same room and they're not in the same room. They're not talking to each other. Some of them are not even sleeping together. Um, it's sad to say, but they're doing it for the wrong reason. And I always tell them, in life, the main purpose of life is the pursuit of happiness, our happiness. Okay. If you are with someone and you no longer have the same feelings, the same um, love, sad to say, that you had before, okay, and you're not feeling the same way, you're not getting the same vibe, you're not getting the same anything, then you shouldn't be around that person. Hence the word divorce comes. People say, hey, we don't divorce. Blah, blah, blah. Honestly, at the end of the day, remember what I said, we all have to be happy. And tomorrow is never promised, okay? I could be talking to you today, and tomorrow you could find out somebody that means dear to me, someone family member would say, hey, he was a great person. I had no problems with him. He's always there to help me. He's always been a guiding light, not only to me, but so many other people. Vinny was a good person, an amazing artist, amazing producer, an amazing round off general, amazing human being. And we're sad that he's no longer here. And there'll be people like, yeah, he was a good guy, but, things move on. He's in a better place. And that's what all you can do, right? But if you're still alive and living on this earth, you have to understand that that day will always come. We don't know when it'll come. We don't know the date. We don't know the number. We don't know the year, but it's going to come. You know, some people it comes sooner, some people it comes later. Some people it comes in between, but eventually it always comes. But all we can do is try the time that we have, whatever time it may be. Remember what I said? Time is the one thing that we have. We have so much of it, but we don't have much of it. And we try to make the best out of that time every time. Being involved in a relationship, a marriage, and whatever it may be, you know, and you're not content, then there's no reason to be around it. How many people sometimes, end up going to work and they end up sitting next to somebody, and for some reason there's an attraction, and the person, either you or the woman, will say, "Hey, what are you reading? Hey, hi, how you doing? Hey, it's a crazy day today, right? The bus is packed." An excuse to cause a conversation. Then the conversation develops, it goes further, and it's sad to say, then you say to yourself, "Wow, this is a real down to earth person. I really like her, or I really like him. You know, am I gonna try to get his information, or am I not? Am I gonna miss out? What am I gonna do?" Then people start saying to themselves, "Well, you know what? I'm not really happy. Maybe this person can be that one that can make me happy because I feel so different around this person right now." Yeah, how you doing? I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. Blah, 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 blah. Connect. But you also have to remember, right, that the relationship, the marriage, the arrangement that you have right now, you're not happy. Even though you're going home, it's like being around a stranger. So you have to decide for yourself and say, "Hey, maybe divorce is a good idea. Not just for me, for her also, because then she could go on with her life and move on, to better things. So these are things that a lot of people don't understand. Remember, whatever time we have on this earth, we have to realize we have to make the best of it. We have to make every part of our lives that we wanted to do. Get people that always say to me, bucket lists. Bucket lists don't work, guys. 9 out of 10 people decide to do a bucket list when they find out they have a terminal disease, or they're stricken in bed and they can't do any of these things. Do your bucket list when you can do your bucket list. You want to climb Mount Everest, you want to climb 4K, you want to jump out of a plane, you want to fly a plane, you want to fly a helicopter, you want to own a yacht. Do it before you're not able to get up out of bed or feed yourself. These things people don't understand. They don't understand reality. They don't understand that things could change in a heartbeat, right? You know, be grateful for what you have, because many have none. Okay? Understand, you might be able to wake up in the morning, dress yourself, comb your hair, brush your teeth, make yourself a cup of coffee, where there's someone that can't get out of bed, needs assistance, or can't get out of bed in general because they have tubes connected to them. They have to be fed mechanically. Um, their day is always staring the ceiling. They don't have any other options. So be grateful for what you have, because many have none. Understand what I'm trying to say to you. You know, some people have two legs, some people have no legs. Some people can talk, some people can't talk. Some people can see, some people can't see. So understand the mentality that the people that have less, how they relate to life. Well, I don't have eyes, but I can talk. So I'm better off than someone that could see, but they can't say what to their loved one, what they feel about them, what they want to say to them. So everyone has something, and some person has less, but a lot of them are grateful that they have what somebody else doesn't have. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Um, I'm not trying to get all like, being psychiatry with you and whatnot, but these are things that people overlook and don't understand. At the end of the day, we all have to be happy, okay? Especially doing music. I know, because I work a regular job doing what I do every day, getting up right over in the morning is a job, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's going to happen. Everything's a job, right? Then I decide I got to do a track, right? I got to get up, I got to turn my computer on, I got to figure out the sounds, I got to create, melodies, I got to do drums, I got to chop stuff up, I got to edit stuff, I have to animate stuff, automate stuff, then after that I do a video, I got to do so many things that I am able to do where those people are not able to do anything even close to this. They can't just do day-to-day activities. So I am grateful that I'm able to do many of those things. Then there's people, and we're going to find them all in lives. And I get this every single day. Hey, Vin, why is there so many bad people instead of good people? Why is that happening? Why is that going on? Why is that situation? All this stuff. I understand. There's good and bad. It's just part of life. Unfortunately, there's more bad than good. And then I say to myself, and I say to them, I said, well, there's more get bad people because every day they want to be, they're put into a test and they're put into obstacles to see if they go on to the good side and leave the bad side. Some do, some don't. Some them recruit people on the good side to come into the bad side. But remember what I said, everything in life is choice. We choose to do something, we choose not to do something. If we decide to do something, it relates to us and no one else. No one can tell you, hey, jump off the bridge. They're not pushing you off the bridge. You're doing it yourself. So you have to say, I'm not going to jump off the bridge. That's crazy. Why is he telling me to jump? You jump off the bridge. I'm not emphasizing that anyone should jump off the bridge. I'm just giving you a scenario. Or, hey, go ride that horse or go ride that bull, whatever. You're not going to do that because that's crazy. And you're not going to have somebody decide to you to make you do that, because first of all, you're not going to go up on a bull because the craziness of a bull might, jump and throw you in the air and whatever. But everything in life is choice. We choose to do something, we choose not to do something, you know? Um, there's that saying you can lead someone to water, but you can't force them to drink. It's the same kind of concept. You know, that person has to decide if they're thirsty and they're going to drink something. You can't tell them that you need them to drink. They have to decide for themselves if they want to drink. So a lot of people don't understand that. Um, and at the end of the day, we all have to be happy. And a lot of keeping ourselves healthy is being happy, because if you're not happy, you're stressing yourself out. You're bringing up hormones that relate to getting you sick. You can look at it in books. I'm not just telling you things that I'm bringing up and I'm the one that's implementing this stuff to you right now. This is written, this is documented. You know, there's a lot of things that, relate to people getting sick, and stress hormones are one of them. Sad to say, a lot of people don't take life seriously. They don't see what's in the horizon. They don't see what unfortunately could happen. You know, um, I always tell people, I work sometimes so much that I end up falling asleep on front of the computer, and then I'll wake up and I'm like, did I finish the project? I don't even know. You know, uh, like perfect example. Like last night, I left the computer rendering. Woke up this morning, it rendered. I was having a problem with certain files. It was taking really long to render, so I had to figure out a way to make it render faster than sooner than later. So I was implementing and figuring out things I needed to remove and then add back, and I did. And then it rendered last night where it wasn't rendering at all because the files were too big and time consuming, I guess, on the hard drive. So I had to figure out what I needed to do, and I did. And hence the graphics are done. They look good. I'm happy with them. And it's not taking 3 days to render. It took, I don't know how long because I fell asleep. So it could have been a couple of hours. It could have been more than a couple of hours. It could have been from night to morning. I don't know, but it finally did. So I'm happy. Um, So I try to give people information that they might not relate to um, on their own. I always tell people, like I'll give you a perfect example. I just got my channel monetized on YouTube. Took a lot of work, finally did. But I had some conflict, okay? Because I had another channel that I really don't concentrate much on. I'm going to concentrating on it again. And I talk about other topics, and I'm going to bring that channel up again and start working on building that one up again. That one's more about everything else besides music. So, so I needed to remove uh certain a part of that channel, remove it, and I didn't know how to do it. And I relied on the company to help me, and they were busy, and I get it. And they weren't getting back to me. So I said to myself, I got to figure this out. So I went on YouTube and I started writing what I'm looking to get done. The first person didn't explain everything right enough for me. The second person didn't. The person didn't. It took the fifth and the sixth person to nail it for me and got me exactly what I did. I watched exactly what they did, watching it as I'm doing it, got rid of that thing. My channel is up and running. It's good to go. I did it on my own with the help of these uh, YouTube creators. I followed them. I liked them. I subscribed to their channel, and I told them on their comments, "Thank you for helping me get to where I need to be, and keep doing what you're doing because you're doing a great job." And they did. And that showed me that, there's people out there like I'm doing right now to you guys, giving you information that, anything is possible in life. You can do anything you want if you set your mind to, um, you know, and just don't get be envy and jealous of other people. I was doing a show the other day on my Facebook Live, and there's an amazing fan of mine, Joy John. He's an amazing person. I mean, he's been following me from the get go and contacting radio stations and telling them why they're not playing me and so on and so on. Amazing person, loves my music, makes him happy. Um, and I'll actually put down his link and or DM me, and I'll just shoot you his link that way, make it easier for you. Hey guys, let's do it this way. Anyone knows wants information of anything, just shoot me a DM on my Facebook, and I'll shoot you the link and so on, and I can give you that information, and I get to know who you are, and we can connect also, and we can talk about future things you're doing besides things that I'm doing, and vice versa. So, so what happened was I'm on the show, and everybody's throwing hearts and thumbs up, and this person throws in an angry face, right? And I don't know, he's throwing at me, he was throwing at Joy, but it just disturbed me and upset me because I told something to that person of a story that happened to me a while ago. Okay. And I'll bring it up here. I had a person on here that started saying some not good stuff about me, didn't know me. And I asked him, I started asking questions because I always ask questions. Okay. And I asked the person, I said, "Do I know you?" They're like, "No." And I'm like, "So why is all this anger and this animosity towards me? Is there a reason why you don't like me?" Just, "I don't like what you stand for." I'm like, "What do I stand for?" So then I was like, he doesn't know me. He doesn't like what I stand for. So if he doesn't know what I'm doing, what is he talking about? He's just angry at the world. He just wants to take it out on somebody, right? So I said to him, I said, "Can I ask you a question?" "Yeah." Now, this is reverse psychology, but it works. I said, "Is there anything important in your life happening that, that you want happening, something that really means a lot to you?" I don't know if he said his wife or his girlfriend. Either one. It could be both. Either a wife or a girlfriend. So yeah, my wife or my girlfriend is expecting a kid. I said, "You think it's a good idea to give out negative energy to someone that doesn't even know you? All right. You don't know anything about this person, but you're putting out and spewing bad, bad, mojo to me when I don't even know you." He stopped and thought, and he didn't say nothing for a while. And I said, "Are you still there?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm here." I said, "So what's up?" He's like, "Could I ask you a question?" Now he's asking me. He's like, "Hey, man, I get it, man. You're mad. I get it. You're upset. But remember, I have nothing against you. I never did anything to you. There's no animosity between any of each other. I'm just doing what everyone else does, trying to get stuff going and stuff." He said, "Hey, man, I'm really freaked out of what you said to me. Is something going to happen to?" I said, "Listen, I don't know." I said, "Have you been like that to me or other people?" He's like, "No, I've been like that to a lot of people." I said, "Well, you know what? Start going backwards. Start forwarding yourself backwards and try to mend the connections with those people that you said some stuff that you probably don't even know." He hit me up a week later. He goes, "Yo, man, I've been contacting those people. I've been, a lot of them are like you. I've been helping them, promote their stuff. Matter of fact, their stuff is pretty good. Um, I was being wrong and this and that." I said, "You don't have to say anything to me anymore. You found the ways of your mistakes. You corrected them. Just remember certain things, don't relate to anyone, but you just have some animosity and you just want to take it out on anybody. Go to the gym, go running, go bike riding, go for a swim, just get away, try to clear your mind, try to do things that, you know, I know life is rough. Life is very difficult. There's a lot of things happening in people's lives. People are losing people. You know, you don't know what's going on with somebody if they don't bring you into their life or they tell you or you find out by somebody else, you know? Um, and that's something that people don't understand. You could have someone that's having a really bad day and you can say something to somebody that just could set them off. So you have to be really careful and really concerned on what you say to people because unfortunately, people react different to different situations. You don't know if that person just lost their mom. You don't know if that person just lost their kid. You don't know if that person just lost somebody that meant the world to them or someone was taken away from them. These are things that a lot of people don't understand, a lot of people don't get. But when they're put in situations like that, then they understand things in a different manner. They don't get it. They get it later. But you should get it sooner than later. Certain people don't understand these things. They don't relate to them in any way. They don't get it. They don't figure things out until it might be too late, you know? Um, Try to be understanding for other people's needs. Don't just think about your own needs. That's all I can say, man. We got to try to just get along. We just got to get by. We got to try to, understand. Like I said, if something is not working in your direction, change it. Figure out what needs to get done and try to move on. Your happiness is the most important thing that is the most fulfilling need that needs to be fulfilled. You know, not everyone is going to fulfill your needs. It's your job to fulfill them. So, all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to my show. We're on episode 10, getting into the business, the music business, that is, episode 10. I am Vinny Venom, your host. Hit me up, send me your stuff, Vinny Venom at Gmail or DM me, and I will get back to you. All right. Thank you, guys. And I wish you all the best. Have a great Thanksgiving and enjoy the turkey.
BeatCutterz music.